Hello and welcome back to Jack Knives Reviews. I'm of course your host, Jack Knives. Today I will be reviewing Weird, the Al Yankovic story. Weird, the Al Yankovic story tells the 100% factual retelling of the ups and downs of the king of pop, parody, Weird Al Yankovic. From his misunderstanding parents, to his dreams of parodying well-established popular songs, to being the greatest artist who ever lived. Wow. First off, I just gotta say, this was simultaneously meeting expectations and yet not quite meeting expectations and yet over meeting expectations. I don't really know how to explain it. It is a very weird, well, makes sense, weird movie. And it earned the moniker weird. It is so funny to see this kind of a movie that plays on what you think is going to happen and then play right into it and then kind of just swerve it and then just, there's twists, there's turns, there's a lot of stuff going on in this. Some of it is based in truth to the point where it's like seen through a very cynical, hilarious lens. It is exactly what you think it's going to be. It is telling Weird Al's rise and fall from grace through a biopic musical lens of cynicism. It's so funny. Little things that they do. Like little Easter eggs that you can pay attention to. Like, good example, when Eat It becomes a mega hit. It is his first original song. His original masterpiece, Eat It. And earlier in the movie, like he's making food. In the background, you see Cap'n Crunch and Raisin Bran, which is a reference to the song. There's little things of like, hey, can you give me some bologna? But the joke is that no one says bologna. They say bologna. So it's kind of like a play on that. Little things like that. Kid, he gets invited to an underground polka party. And it's so, like, and the kid, it's all played seriously. That's where it works. It works perfectly because it's playing it so damn seriously. It honestly reminded me a lot of Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story, which if you have not seen, it is hilarious. It plays on all the stereotypes of every sort of biopic, from having actors that are way too old playing way too young characters, to people just doing drugs and like going, don't do this, you don't want to do this, and then enticing them to do it. The difference with Weird Al's movie is it's just a love letter to the fans. If you know Weird Al stuff, if you know who Weird Al is, if you know his backstory, his associations, his friends, his in real life friends. There's so much going on in this movie. It's almost overwhelming to a casual fan. Like, there's a lot going on, but it's keeps pace with itself, and it's really hard to describe this movie. I mean, Evan Rachel Wood, who is a fairly well-known actress who, in her own right, plays mostly serious roles, plays Madonna. And she's like this most pretentious, bitchy Madonna, which is how a lot of people believe Madonna really is. And it's played so sincere and funny how like she's infatuated with him, but she's actually using him. And there's twist after twist after twist that you're like, what? You're going to be saying what a lot in this movie. I mean, seriously, like I repeatedly, I was like, what? Wait, huh? Like, there's so much stuff going on. It's like someone telling you a story and just throwing random things every like 20 minutes or 10 minutes into the story where you're just like, wait, I forgot. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. And then this, and it's like that. It really is just one of those movies you have to just embrace. You're either gonna love or hate this movie. There's really no middle ground for this kind of a movie. And it all depends on your attachment or disattachment to Weird Al. As a musician and as a comedian, I've always liked his music. I followed his career. I've yet to see him on tour. One day I would love to see him live. Fun fact, my mother and him were actually born in the same hospital. And they grew up in the same place. So like when he made the Straight Outta Linwood album, she's from Linwood as well. So it's just little funny things where I feel like a fun kinship with Weird Al. It's just so goofy how well it takes itself, how serious it is. And it doesn't do any cheap shots. It doesn't run down any artist. It doesn't mistreat anybody. It doesn't, you know, with the Dewey Cox movie, it can get a little mean-spirited at times, but it's fun in the same way. But Dewey Cox is way more edgy and way more just playing on the biopics in general of how over-the-top and crazy they are. This does that, but it does it in a way that's more of the gag is all of this is happening, but it's about Weird Al. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It's not too long. It's not... There's a lot going on, but it's not to the point where you can't follow with. You will either love this movie or you will hate this movie, depending on your relationship with Weird Al. I give Weird, the Al Yankovic Story, 4 out of 5. Have you seen Weird, the Al Yankovic Story? Let me know in the comments down below. Till then, I'll see you next time.